Sports.
Monday, so of course we cannot miss our little pep talk, sports with Pep, man. What's up, Pep?
Man, big news in Lakerland. Not only do they get a coach and an assistant coach, but and we'll get to this in a second, but 40, did you hear about the protest?
No.
The Laker fans had a protest
Really?
outside of Staples Center.
How did that go?
Not so well. Kind of like the coaching search for the Lakers. Not so well. So
Right.
we got Lakers to get to. Our guy Kawhi Leonard hit one of the most iconic shots of the playoffs.
Probably the most dramatic shot I've ever seen.
Man, yeah, it was unbelievable. And we got some baseball to get to as well. It's all brought to you by Matheson Gas. They are the gas professionals. So get out there and get your gas at Matheson Gas in Fontana, Rancho Cucamonga, or Riverside. So if you need to fill up that propane tank, I know helium's in high demand, CO2, they got it all for your backyard or your local business. That's MathesonGas.com. Check them out online as well. So the Lakers finally went with a guy named Frank Vogel
Right.
as their head coach.
He was from the Indiana Pacers when they were kind of built up real strong.
They were good.
Right.
If you remember, the Pacers were good when Frank Vogel was the head coach. So it's not like he's a no-name.
No, those were those Pacer teams that gave like LeBron a lot of trouble when he was on the Cavs. And
Yes, you're exactly right, 40. So he has some pedigree. He went to Orlando. They weren't so good there, but I mean, he's a good coach.
Right. Now, did they also kind of double down because they made Jason Kidd an assistant coach? And he was
Yeah.
kind of thought of as maybe a head coach. So do they kind of like double down? Or are they going like co-head coaches?
See, like Jason Kidd, I think he was the head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks, I
Right.
want to say. So it's like they're telling Frank Vogel, if things get sideways,
We already have your backup ready.
we got Jason Kidd. And I don't know what the contract looks like. He hasn't had his like big introductory press conference yet. We'll probably talk more about it later
Right.
this week. But I'm curious to see what they say about this package deal. Like, hey, Frank Vogel, we will bring you on as the head coach, but here's the caveat.
Right.
We want Jason Kidd as your right-hand man. I don't know how it worked out, but that's what's going down.
So quick look at the deal with the two coaches coming in. Thumbs up, thumbs down. What do you think?
Thumbs up, all things considered.
Yeah, I
Who
think
else
it's
is
a good
out
hire.
there?
Exactly. I think it's a good hire. It's a guy who's a bit of a name.
Yeah.
He has had success with teams without the major superstars before.
Yeah.
So hopefully this is something we get going here in Lakerland.
I think it's a good pick. Again, who else is out there? That's the thing. Like,
Right.
who else would you go for? So Frank Vogel, not a bad hire. But Laker fans on this past Friday went to Staples Center and they protested. Not a lot of Laker fans even came out to protest.
There's not a lot of Laker fans around right now.
And B, yeah, they're all hiding. But seriously. And then B, the funny part was fans from other teams like the Clippers, the Suns, they were coming out and basically sitting back with their popcorn, watching it all unfold, just kind of laughing.
I mean, yeah, we've never really seen Laker fans break down this way. I mean, the team has had nothing but success in the past.
Yeah.
This is all new ground for the
Yeah.
Lakers.
And I heard one smart Laker fan say, hey, why are you protesting at Staples Center? The Lakers are not headquartered
Right.
at Staples Center.
Right.
They have their own facility in El Segundo. You should go there
That's
where the
should
people
go.
work and they have their desks and that's where they check in to work every day.
I know this is where they play their games.
Yeah,
Where you're used
yeah.
to seeing them.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's the latest on the Lakers. NBA playoffs, our guy, Kawhi Leonard, the pride of Riverside
Wow.
King High School, game-winning shot, 41 points to send Toronto to the Eastern Conference Finals against the past the Philadelphia 76ers to meet the Milwaukee Bucks.
That shot, I mean, I'm not going to lie. When he threw that shot up with the time running out for the game, I called that it was not going in. It looked like it was nowhere near the correct trajectory it needed. And then it bounces, and then it bounces again. It bounces a few more times, and finally goes in.
The whole world was watching this ball just bounce and rattle around the rim. It was just like stopped in motion to see if it's going to drop in. Sure enough, it does. Kawhi Leonard, probably the best player in these playoffs thus far. And now you got Kawhi versus Giannis, Antetokounmpo of the Milwaukee Bucks. So that's going to be a great series.
If you want to
in the
see that
East.
dramatic moment of that last-second shot going in, it's on our Facebook page. Just head on over there to Patrick and 40 right there on Facebook.
Yeah, you got to check it out. It's worth seeing. And in the West, it's going to be Golden State against Portland. Congrats to Portland. They moved on past Denver.
The big story there, brother against brother.
Yeah, and this is the first time this has happened. So we all know Steph Curry, right? But Seth Curry, Steph's brother, he's a whole other human. He plays for the Portland Trailblazers.
Right.
And I heard the parents were flipping a coin on whether who to root for or what kind of jersey to wear to the game. They're just going to flip a coin. So
at this point, I think it's like, look, our one son has been there enough. Let's really support Seth, guys. Come on.
Yeah, come on. Steph, listen, you've had a lot of limelight.
Right.
Seth has bounced around. It's his moment, I guess.
As younger brothers ourselves, I know I'm going to go ahead and speak for Patrick on this one. I think we are completely pulling for Seth Curry in Portland in this series.
They're a long shot, I think, but who knows? Who knows? And finally, in baseball, a couple of quick notes for you. The Dodgers, Hyunjin Ryu, almost had a no-hitter. He had a no-hitter into the 8th inning as they beat the Washington Nationals by a score of 6-0. So the Dodgers just keep on rolling along. Nice. Cody Bellinger still with the hot bat. And Albert Pujols, he collected his 2000th RBI, which is very rare company in baseball history for the Halos. But now the guy who had the ball, it was a home run, the guy who had the ball, that milestone ball for number 2000 RBI, he didn't want to give it back. Then he slept on it, and then he gave it back. So my detective, hat says, did he take the ball home and then switch it out?
Ooh.
He's like, oh, yeah, no, that's okay. I'll give the ball back to Albert Pujols and the Angels or whoever, Cooperstown, wherever it goes, the Hall of Fame.
Right.
And he kept the real one? Like, he took it home.
Who kept eyes on this ball? Where is the ball?
Exactly. And now it sounds like baseball might not want it back because they can't authenticate it.
That's true, yeah. I mean, there's a time period where you can't account for it. So can you actually authenticate that ball?
Yeah, so that guy, if he was trying to get money or whatever, he blew it because he took it home. He took it home.
Now it's worthless.
That's just a ball. It's just a ball.
Tell them how to find your stuff.
Inland Sports, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Make sure you follow us on YouTube too, because we will be live at the Riverside Sport Hall of Fame tonight, their big induction ceremony.
Thanks, Pep.
Inland Sports.